ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अहं ब्रह्मास्मि। Good evening, everyone, and good morning to the people from the other side of the world. स्वागत है to the 160th Q&A session. So if you have any questions, please raise your hands. So let's begin. So we are all set. Okay. So if any questions, you can please start off. So I think Aditi ji has the diary in her hand. So she's still searching for the questions. No? Okay. So that means there are no questions today. That's a really amazing space to be. Okay. So I'll just wait for a minute and then we can. So Aditi ji raised her hand. So these are like forceful questions or what? Okay, go ahead.
हर हर महादेव.
Har Har Mahadev. So Haribhai is facing some technical issues. Okay, no problem. We'll manage. Yes.
महादेव क्वेश्चन ऐसा नहीं था बट मुझे ही समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि वो क्वेश्चन है या नहीं या पूछना ही चाहिए नहीं बट आई एम कंफ्यूज सो आई डिडंट आस्क बट एज यू से सो वो है मन में तो बोल ही देती हूँ.
Okay.
वो विष्णु का जब वो विष्णु सहस्त्र नाम जब लोग पढ़ते हैं तो ऐसा बोलते हैं ना कि राम का नाम 2 बार भी लिया तो वो 1000 बार विष्णु का नाम ये वैसे होता है महादेव. तो महादेव का ऐसा कौन सा जाप है जो करने से ऐसा हो सकता है 1000 बार ऐसा
बस
कुछ है
महादेव.
महादेव का?
बस महादेव काफी है.
उसके बारे में कभी जानकारी नहीं थी तो मुझे वही लग रहा था कि महादेव का ऐसा कौन सा नाम है जो
Okay.
जाप करने से उनका भी सहस्त्र नाम का ये हो सकता है ऐसे.
Okay. So
और दूसरा मैंने वो बटुक का पूछा था महादेव वो नहीं समझ में आया है कि बटुक भैरव का कोई बीज मंत्र है क्या?
okay.
पता नहीं है तो.
Okay. चलो ठीक. तो पहला है आपका ऐसा कुछ मंत्र जैसे राम राम 2 बार कहने से इट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू समथिंग. ये सब भाव प्रधान है.
ये सच
Okay.
नहीं है.
सच कहा जा सकता है क्योंकि राम से राम का नाम बड़ा कहते हैं. Because किसी भी देवी देवता का अगर आप देखोगे तो जिस तरीके से राम का नाम से पत्थर पानी पे तैरा था ऐसा कोई और एग्जाम्पल नहीं है. सो इट्स अ लाइक कोर फिजिकल एलिमेंट प्रूफ ऑन दिस प्लैनेट दैट हिज नेम कैन फ्लोट. उस वजह से उस नाम को उतनी महत्वता दी गई है. और राम का नाम भी ये इसका जो 2 अक्षर का जो मेल है वो भी 2 बीज मंत्र ही है. रांग और मांग. सो ये दोनों का कॉम्बिनेशन बहुत अच्छा रहता है. लाइक इट इज रियली गुड. सो इसलिए राम का नाम को इतनी महत्वता दी गई है. एंड इट हैज बीन यू कैन से वो नाम को चुना ही गया था इसीलिए दैट इट इज अ नेम इटसेल्फ इज सो ब्लेस्ड. इफ यू टेक इट 2 टाइम्स वो अक्षरों में जो गिनती करते हैं वो 2 बार बोलने से 108 हो जाता है. सो दैट्स हाउ दे से लाइक देयर आर मेनी व्याख्या बहुत है राम के नाम के ऊपर. The thing is, when you're asking about Shiva or Mahadev or whatever name you call it, is there any such name? You call it once and it has a multiplied effect. Then I have to say, it does not matter what name you call. It is how you are calling. आपका भाव. So if you can, but yes, there are bija mantras for that. That has very, very higher frequency mantras that actually can create more effect. Okay, जैसे आपने देखा होगा कि एक मृत्युंजय मंत्र है जो ये भी पूछा था लास्ट टाइम. तो एक मृत्युंजय मंत्र है और एक गायत्री मंत्र है. ठीक है. So these are two very, very important mantras in our scriptures. But then what it has been done, both has been mixed into one mantra. Do you know that mantra? You know that mantra, but you don't know that it's a mixture of both. Om Jum Hum Saha. If you go and read that mantra, you will come to realize that it is actually the mixing of the Mahamrityunjay mantra and the Gayatri mantra. So at times that kind of mantras are also brought in together to create a very typical effect. And anyways, this coming Sunday, we will be initiating for this month of Shravan Mas. So the Panchakshari sadhana to dene wale hain. I was thinking to start it today, but somehow I said like we'll get it done on Sunday.
एक्चुअली मैंने उसके लिए पेन और मेरा डायरी लेके आई. मुझे लगा आप आज बताने वाले हो, इसलिए लिख
That will be done on Sunday because it needs a lot of clarification. कि वर्ण क्या होना चाहिए, गोत्र क्या होना चाहिए, किस तरीके से जाप करना चाहिए, कितने जाप करने से आपको सिद्ध होगी, बेस्ड ऑन द lineage दैट यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम, बेस्ड ऑन द शाखा ऑफ वर्ण दैट यू आर कमिंग फ्रॉम. वो सारे चीजें. So it will take a little longer. So I don't want to do it in a hurry form. So that's why it is. And coming to your second question about Batuk Bhairava. Is there a Bija mantra of Batuk Bhairava? Yes, there is a Bija mantra of Batuk Bhairava. But if you look at the mantra itself, it is a combination of many Bija mantras. These are, if you look at its
first one or second one,
Batuk Bhairavaya Namah. So it's a very simple one. But the one that you people are doing now, if you look at it, there are many Bija mantras in that arranged in a sequence to create a mantra for that. But right now we cannot share with you the Bija mantra of Batuk Bhairav yet. Okay, because uska samay nahi aaya aapke liye. So when you people complete this, then we might think of. Okay. Okay. Any other question?
ये जो आप कह रहे थे ना अभी कि वो व्याख्या कौन से लीनियज से आए हैं वगैरह, लास्ट टाइम आपने एक बार रेवती जी ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि वो अगर किसी किसी को अपना कुल देवी का पता नहीं है
देवता
तो
नहीं पता
तो
है
लीनियज भी गलत हो सकता है ना वहां पे. तो पहले वो क्लियर होना चाहिए.
वेरी गुड सर. इन सच केसेस क्या किया जाता है, दो ऐसे हैं जिनको माना जा सकता है बिकॉज दे डोंट फॉर्म एनी पर्टिकुलर लीनियज. एक तो दत्तात्रेय महाराज है, दूसरा महादेव है. सो यू रिमेम्बर लाइक व्हेन Shiva was getting married to Parvati and the priest asked, okay, so what is your gotra, what is your lineage, who is your father, who is your mother? So what did he say? He said, so that's how in such cases when you don't even know, so there you can actually utilize the name of Shiva in that spaces. So but still, okay, we'll work on that also, how to actually identify the gotras, and because there are many things that we have already lost.
Yes.
हमारे कुल देवी देवता का नाम भूल गए हैं, हम अपने lineage का नाम ही भूल गए हैं. Okay. Anyway, so Most probably. Okay, good reminder. We will do a session on that someday so that everybody gets to realize that it's not that everybody has forgotten, but identifying it, that we can work.
क्रॉस वेरीफाई तो कर
हाँ,
सकते हैं।
क्रॉस वेरिफिकेशन भी किया जा सकता है उसके ऊपर। ओके, सो दैट्स अ गुड वे ऑफ डूइंग इट। ओके,
ओके महादेव, थैंक यू।
राइट। थैंक यू अदिति जी। कमलेंदर जी।
प्रणाम गुरुदेव।
प्रणाम।
अभी अदिति जी ने छेड़ दी है बात, तो मेरे को एक्चुअली राम नाम सत्य है क्यों है? कृष्ण नाम भी तो सत्य है, विष्णु नाम भी सत्य है, तो एक वही वाक्य आखिर में क्यों यूज किया जाता है?
ओके, सी सर्टेन थिंग्स आर ब्लेस्ड। किसी किसी को शक्तियां दी गई हैं। सो इन सच केसेस ये कहा जाता है कि राम जो है, द वे ही लिव्ड विथ ट्रुथ, ही लिव्ड विथ मर्यादा, ही लिव्ड विथ, इसीलिए कहते हैं ना कि मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम मीन्स नथिंग लाइक हिम। तो व्हाट कुड बी द क्लोजेस्ट थिंग दैट इज वेरी क्लोज टू ट्रुथ? और किसी का भी नाम देखो, किसी भगवान का, किसी ना किसी रूप में कोई ना कोई लीला किए, दैट्स ऑल वी नो। बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू राम, he lived a very very simplified way of living, as if he was, so the closest to truth was Ram. हम कृष्ण को नहीं बोल सकते। कृष्ण हमेशा खेला है। he is into too much of drama, too much of things into that, but Ram was something that is very close to truth. That's why उस नाम के साथ सत्यता जुड़ गई, इसीलिए कहते हैं राम नाम सत्य है। और उसके बाद क्या कहते हैं? सत्य बोलो मुक्त हसी। इफ यू आर सेइंग द ट्रूथ यू विल बी फ्रीड। So that's how it came to be, the realization part that, okay, what could be the closest to truth? And the next very thing, if you look at it, death is always truth. अगर आप पैदा हुए हो तो आपकी मृत्यु सुनिश्चित है। That's the ultimate truth.
Yes.
So the ultimate truth, सत्य को जानोगे तो क्या कहता है? सत्य हो, सत्य जाने मुक्त होसी। मीन्स इफ यू नो द ट्रुथ यू विल बी फ्रीड, यही कहा जा रहा है ना वहां पे। सो अंटिल यू नो द ट्रुथ यू कैन नॉट बी फ्रीड। लोग बार बार बोल बोल के जा रहे हैं, बट जानते कुछ भी नहीं है, समझते कुछ भी नहीं। वो यही कहा जा रहा है कि राम का नाम तो सत्य है, लेकिन उसके परे भी जो सत्य है, जो तुम हो, उसको जान लो, तभी तुम मुक्त हो पाओगे, नहीं तो फिर यही घेरे में फंसते जाओगे। सो इट इज इन दैट वे, कमलेंदर जी, द क्लोजेस्ट थिंग दैट कुड बी टोल्ड अबाउट ट्रुथ।
दूसरा ये था गुरुजी, हम मोक्ष की और इन सब चीजों की बातें तो करते हैं, बट मेरा ये मानना है कि ये चीज, क्योंकि कभी ना कभी चाहे आप किसी और रूप में, आना तो है, क्योंकि ये तो खेल चलता ही रहने वाला है, ना ये समाप्त होने वाला है। जैसे समुद्र में एक बार ही मिल गया पानी, बूंद एक पानी की, अब उसको कभी ना कभी तो दोबारा धरती पे आना है। तो हम फिर मोक्ष की और इन सब चीजों की बात क्यों करते हैं? हम कुछ और ऐसी क्यों नहीं करते कि भाई, क्योंकि सृष्टि तो ये चलनी है, तो इसलिए यह तो है नहीं कि भाई ये लास्ट अवतार रहेगा हमारा, फिर आना पड़ेगा ही पड़ेगा कभी ना कभी, चाहे अपनी इच्छा से आए या बिना इच्छा के आए, कोई ना कोई रोल प्ले करने तो आना ही है हर एक को।
ओके,
तो फिर ये मोक्ष कहाँ से आ गया बीच में?
Again, that's what we speak of, Kamlendra ji. Moksha is again something that you go on a long break and then you choose to come back. But there is another thing, is merging into the completeness. क्योंकि पानी कितना भी evaporate हो समंदर से, समंदर में कुछ ऐसे जल हैं जो कभी evaporate नहीं होंगे। If you look at the base of the water in the sea, what about it? जो सतह पर है वही फिर बारिश बनेगा, फिर गिरेगा, फिर भाग के समंदर तक आएगा, लेकिन जो समंदर की गहराई में जो जल है उसका क्या? So it's like going to the
उसकी भी तो एक
core of it.
स्थिति आती है ना, ऊपर आता है वो।
आएगा, but it is like हमारे सिचुएशन में क्या किया जा सकता है ना यहाँ पे कमलेंद्र जी, द अल्टीमेट थिंग दैट यू कैन इवन थिंक ऑफ इज मोक्ष. बियॉन्ड दैट देन यू हैव टू डेवलप दैट काइंड ऑफ, बिकॉज जब आप उसको प्राप्त करते हो ना तब आपको समझ में आता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, when we were teens or kids, we wanted to grow up and become like teens so that we can go to college and we have the freedom. And तब अगर कोई आपको कहे अरे वो ना उसका ना 40 साल हो गए उसके उम्र, अरे 40 साल हो गया अभी भी. बट वेन वी रीच टू 40, तो 40 कोई उम्र होती है? नथिंग. आई हैव नॉट लिव्ड येट. देन यू से ओके 90 इज समथिंग वेरी हाई. लेकिन जिस दिन 90 को पहुंच जाते हो उसके बाद लगता है अरे बस यही है क्या. So similarly, right now, the maximum that you can even think of or achieve of is that space. यहाँ तक. And वो सर्वश्रेष्ठ है हमारे लिए.
Okay.
And when you reach out to that space, when you are absolutely undivided, then you might choose to become or take another avatar to come here to awaken the humanity again. Just like Krishna has promised. It might be you who would appear again. It might be you who would come to make the people realize of this world or any other world, to say that you have to run for the ultimate and not just running in the cycle of life and death. So the ultimate thing that you can think of, इसीलिए उसको कैवल्य कहते हैं. कैवल्य मतलब like even it is beyond that. Beyond that means what? कोई ट्रेस ही नहीं रहा उसका अलग होने का. It's just like becoming the attribute to it. जैसे आग से आप गर्माहट दूर नहीं कर सकते, बर्फ से ठंडापन दूर नहीं कर सकते. That's how it is. You become the attribute of the divinity, where you exist wherever it exists, not as a separate thing. जैसे आपका हाथ है और आपकी हाथ की शक्ति है, क्या आप अपने हाथ की शक्ति को अलग कर सकते हो?
नहीं.
तो जहां जहां हाथ रहेगा वहां वहां आप रहोगे. इसी का मतलब ऐसे ही अगर समझना है, so in order to understand in that way, you will become an attribute of the divinity where you are nowhere far from it. वो है तो आप भी हो, और आप हो तो वो भी है. So that forgetfulness that happens when we come here, that won't be there. It goes together. So might be you take another avatar someday. You become the part of that Krishna or that Ram and you appear here on this planet. You become a Manu, you become a Indra, you become a Brahma, right? Because in our literature, पुराणों में ऐसी चीजों की वर्णना है जिसको आप सुनोगे तो दंग रह जाओगे कि कितने ब्रह्मा जा चुके हैं, कितने विष्णु जा चुके हैं, कितने शिव जा चुके हैं. So what about them then? So that's where we say, like, this is one way when you speak about liberation and moksha and all those things. You are no more separate entity. You forgetfulness जो होता है ना, वो भूल जाने वाली शक्ति, that is something that you will never forget. Even though you come, you will come with your full glory, realizing who you are. So वो अवतरण होगा, वो जन्म नहीं होगा. That's the importance of it. Yes, Sumaji, millions of Shiva have also gone. So how long this journey could have been? That's why we don't speak on that, because if we speak on that, it will trigger like a million thoughts within us. कहाँ जाता है, फिर वो कौन है, फिर कौन शिव बनता है, सब है. Everything is there. So
नहीं, तो वही ऐसा ना, अभी तो मनवंतर इतने सारे हैं, अभी और हैं, फिर उसके बाद में फिर वही साइकिल फिर से शुरू होगी.
Yes. So it will rotate again, like you will come back to another cycle and again you will live there. So somehow, somewhere, if you look at it, you were there in the Satyuga, you were there in the other yugas also. Now you are sitting here. The only reason because you wanted to play, you continued it from ages to ages, from yugas to yugas. You are still here.
हम्म.
You have continued it. That's why you are here. Now there are some people those are not yet here. So what will they do? They will again continue to some other ages.
लेकिन गुरुदेव मेरे को कुछ ऐसा लगता है कि इसमें है ना, इट्स लाइक ए रोल्स दैट हैज बीन रिटन, और आपको बोला जाता है आप वेदर यू आर इंटरेस्टेड टू प्ले दिस.
It's just like it's not like you. So the role has been defined. So I will play like this.
Yeah.
And I will forget that I am this. And I will act like Usha, I will act like Suma, Jaya, Vani, and all those things. That's why you jump there and you become it. So कोई अलग नहीं है वहां पे, उस स्थिति में आप अलग कर ही नहीं सकते. It's just like there is an actor who choose to play another role with another name, with another team.
Absolutely.
That is it. But even that's not needed for us. We don't want to be. So become the attribute of God. That's what we say. कि आप हो तो वो रहेगा, उसको रहना ही पड़ेगा.
धन्यवाद.
ओके, चलो. थैंक यू कमलेंद्र जी. मानविता.
Pranam Guruji.
प्रणाम.
Guruji, like I have a doubt. Why don't we worship Lord Brahma?
Oh, so you all know that. Okay. So I'll tell you one beautiful explanation for that. So it will take a little time, but good for it. Because I have discussed that a long time ago. Might be we'll recreate that.
Okay.
So one way of looking at it is, Manvita, like we all know the story that we have heard of, like when there was a fight between Brahma and Vishnu, thinking like who is the creator and who is the one who is big greater. So in that form, there was a fight, and in order to stop that fight, there was a fire pillar that appeared, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Agni Stambha. That was the form of Shivalinga that appeared on that the first instance. And when it appeared, we all know, like the fire said, neither you nor he. Whoever finds the start and end of this, he will become means he will be given a higher position kind of thing, or he would be greater than the other. So in such case, what happened? Brahma started traveling upwards to find the edge or the top of the stambha, and Vishnu traveled down to find. And we all know, like then Brahma goes up, and then for ages they travel, but they are not able to find the end of it. Then what did Brahma did? Ketaki ke jo flowers hain, he caught hold of Ketaki flower and he said, now you should become my alibi, means you should become somebody, you should come along with me. I created you, so you should say that I have found the end of the pillar, that fire pillar. So you come along with me and you become my somebody who is there to support me. So Brahma comes down, and Vishnu also was not able to find. So he returned back. So finally they both met. And then Brahma claimed that I have found the end of it. And Vishnu folded his hand and says, no, 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 I could not. Then Brahma said, you see, even the Ketaki flower is also the proof that I have found it. Right, Ketaki? So he asked, and she said, okay, yes, he found it. So both of them lied. And when they lied, Shiva appeared in the Rudra Avatara. And he said, how dare you say the false statement? Jhoot kaise bol sakte ho tum? And because of this, you will never be worshipped. Despite you created this creation, the creation itself will not do the worship of you because you lied. And also the Ketaki flower has been said that despite you look good, you will never be used in a puja. Your usage has been stopped. So that's how the Brahma got the curse. And that's why his worship is not done. However, from my perspective of understanding the esoteric meaning that I could understand, right? So it has a very typical way. So in order to tell that, we will talk about all the three devas then. Then only we'll come to a conclusion how and why all these things are, why Brahma has been stopped, not to be worshipped. So we all know the three devas are the Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, what we call as. So Brahma is not worshipped. Vishnu is the most worshipped. And Shiva being the destroyer, right? So let's understand the concept of this. This concept also would include certain answers that our young generation people ask always. They ask, why do we pour the milk on Shiva Linga and why we are wasting that? Right? So people keep on asking all these questions. So we will answer all that in one go. Is it okay? That would be good. So the concept that we have to understand here is, first the concept and then we will go deva by deva. Okay. The concept is bimba and pratibimba, means image and the thing from which the image is being created. Bimba means, let's say you are standing in front of a mirror. You are the bimba, means you are the source of it. Pratibimba means the image that is created in the mirror. So bimba and pratibimba. So without the image, can there be a image in the mirror? Without the object, can there be an image? It is not possible. So the image should be there in order to create the object should be there in order to create the image. Now, let's say you are standing in front of the mirror and today you didn't like your hairstyle. Okay, sometimes it happens, we all have a bad hair day. That's what we call. Whatever you do, you won't set up on that day. So what do you do on that day? Let's say your hair, you didn't like your hair on that day, you should go and change the mirror, right? Is it okay? My hair is not looking good, so I will change the mirror. If I bring another mirror also, would it say like, okay, no, it's looking good? No, it won't, right? So that means whenever the image is there, you have to change the object in order to change the image. If you change your hairstyle, the mirror will show whether it is right or not. So that means whatever you change at the source, it changes at the image also. So bimba, pratibimba. This is very clear. There is no doubt in that. Okay. So now let's understand the story of pouring milk on Shiva and then we will come back to Vishnu. Now, when you pour milk on Shiva, then people say, oh, it is getting wasted. Why are you wasting all these things? Okay. So then let me ask you one question. Have you ever been into a village where you might have seen the farmer sowing the seeds in the field or in any movies or anywhere? Either you must have heard it or you have studied it, right? So let's say you are in a village, you saw like the farmer has a handful of seed in his hand and he is throwing it into the field. Would you call him a mad person? Why won't you call it a mad person? Because he only has this much of with him and he is throwing it away. You please unmute once, so that we have a discussion on that. Okay. No, if there is any noise in the background, no problem.
Yeah, it's a bit, but it's okay.
Okay. So will you call a farmer a mad person because he's throwing away the seeds?
No, not at all.
Why?
Because he's like worshipping towards Goddess Ma down the earth.
Not only that, he's spreading the seeds because that when he spreads the seeds, it will grow into plants and the plants will multifold. Yes. So that's why he is sowing the seeds in the field, right? Let's say he has a handful of rice seeds and he's throwing it into the field. Nobody calls them as a mad person because we know the end result of it. He is not throwing it away. He is using it to multiply whatever is being sown. Clear?
Yes, Guruji.
So similarly, we are not able to see what is beyond when we are pouring the milk on Shiva. That's why we say it is madness. But we won't call a farmer a mad. The only thing is, in the case of farmer, we are able to see the end result. In the case of Shivlinga, we are not able to see the end result of it. But if we understand the end result of it, won't it be amazing?
It would be.
It would be. So in order to prove that, I have to go again one more step. Is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, so wherever you're not getting, you please ask me. Now, have you seen people giving water to the Surya Deva?
Yes, Guruji, I have seen.
Surya ko arghya dete hain,
हाँ.
right? So why it is given? So the people can also say, why are you wasting water?
No.
So why are we giving the water?
I don't know the reason, but I have seen the ritual every day.
Okay, very good. So now you will understand why it is done. So the ritual, even if people are pouring that water, people will say, if you are pouring water, the water is dropping and the sun rays, when they reflect on that, they have a creative, like a positive impact on your body. That's what they say. But
Yes,
it is
Guruji.
not only that. I'll tell you the secrets behind it. The secret is this culture that we are coming from. It believes in goodness and godliness in everything. इसीलिए क्या कहते हैं वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, right? We are all
Yes,
one
Guruji.
family. So when you are pouring that arghya, that means like whatever I have this abundance of water with me, and whatever I have, from that I am pouring you. I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Why is it being given to him? Now let's understand from a scientific pattern. When the water is given, it is soaked by the soil or
Yes,
it is evaporated by the sun. Either way,
yes.
right? So when it is evaporated by the sun, what happens next? Let's go to the water cycle. So evaporation happens.
Evaporation, then
it becomes vapor, it goes, it becomes clouds.
It become into cloud, then again condensation, all that whole process will continue.
Then rain happens, then it comes back to the earth, right?
Yes, Guruji.
So here in our concept of what we understood is, I have this much, I am giving it to you. I don't know who needs it. You please carry it, purify it, and make it reach to the one who needs it.
Yes.
Can you see how beautiful this culture is? वो कहते हैं मेरे हाथ में जितना है मैं वो आपको दे देता हूँ. I'm giving this to you. And I don't know who needs it, but you take care of it. You purify it. You carry it as a cloud and drop it at the place where it is needed. Can you see how beautiful it is done? Now, when we are coming to the Shivalingas, when you are pouring the milk, what do you think? On that day, let's say Shivratri, we are pouring milk on Shiva and people say we are wasting. But don't you see there are millions of people are also fed outside on that day?
Yes, Guruji, they are.
And then when we are coming to the concept of Shivalinga, if the milk is going in the what you call as a drain, it never goes into the drain actually, but they call it a drain, like the way they are, they think that way. It is not a drain, it is a kunda that through which that water is passing on. And now understand this. Shiva is called as the main or the person who actually began everything. So he is actually the creator of all things, right? So the creator, would it discriminate between you and a small little species? No. So when the milk is going through that draining system, don't you think there must be somebody else out there which even we cannot see needs that or is being fed by it?
We can, like, keeping some ball over there.
Yeah. If we look at a microscopic view, we could find that so many things are surviving because of that thing flowing through it. So when we are looking at that, we don't see it. So look at the culture. It is not only thinking about humans, it is also thinking about other small little beings that are not even visible to the eyes. They are also taken care of it. Now coming to Shiva. Shiva is known as the Satyam, Shivam and Sundaram. That's the three words attached to Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. So Satyam means he's the truth.
Yes, the truth.
Right? Shiva means the one who realizes who he is. Shivam. Satyam, Shivam, Sundaram. He is the most beautiful.
Yes, Guruji.
Now coming to Vishnu. In order to understand the concept of Vishnu, why he is worshipped and all these things. Because he said the truth at that time. He said, I could not find it.
He
So what is the
admits.
first word related to Shiva? Satyam.
Satyam.
So if he said the truth, he will be worshipped. And now let's understand a little bit concept of Vishnu as well. Manvita, do you dream?
Of course, sometimes.
Sometimes. So let's say you are dreaming that you are on a vacation or you went on a holiday and you have gone to a place which you like. And there you find all of your friends playing along with you and even your guardians or parents, whoever it is. So you might have seen something like that. Okay. So when you see all those people around you, everybody is doing a different thing, right?
Yes, Guruji.
Yes. So you are in a dream. Remember that. Okay. So you are in a dream and you are seeing all these things happening. Now, let me ask you a question. Is it possible for Kamlendarji to enter into your dream?
Until and unless I think about the person,
No.
maybe not.
That means you are thinking about that person, but the other person cannot enter into your dream. It's not possible.
Yes, Guruji, that's
right?
true.
You can think of something and you can see that, but that thing cannot enter on its own.
नहीं
आ सकता.
नहीं आ सकता.
So that means if it is your dream, it's your dream. Now, if it is your dream, if you see your friend, who is that person then? Because nobody can enter into your dreams. So in your dream, if you are seeing a friend, that means it is you who has become the friend as well.
Yeah.
Because nobody can enter, right?
Yes, Guruji, that's true.
Let's say you are seeing your parents. Now, if you look at that as a parent, who has become the parent in your dream?
Both the parents can come.
No, they cannot. It's again you.
Okay.
Can you see your mind has become you? Your mind has become your parents. Your mind has become your friends. Your mind has become the place. Your mind has become the mountain, the stars, and whatever you are seeing in your dream. Nobody else is entering. It's all you. Yes or yes? Are you understanding the concept?
Yes, Guruji. Yes, I'm able to
That
understand.
means that what it is said in our Vedas, ekam anekam bhavati. The one has become many. So in your dream, what is happening to you? You are one, but in your dream, you are becoming many.
Okay.
And when you wake up, what is happening? Anekam ekam bhavati. That was many will become one again. Are you getting the concept?
Yes, Guruji.
That means in my dream, nobody can enter, and what all I am seeing is all me. Whether I am seeing a ghost, it's also my mind. Whether if I am seeing a train running in front of me, that's also me. And now, can you tell me, Manvita, when you go to your dream, how much time does it take for you to create all those things?
It just goes with the flow. We don't need to create
even have to think. It happens. Can you tell me from where you got the hardware, the software, and all those things to create all those things? No, it is obviously available there. The only thing that you need was to go to sleep. The moment you went to sleep, how everything appeared, you don't even know. But all that happened is all you. Got it?
Yes, Guruji.
Then in our Puranas, it is also said that we are all the part of the dream of Vishnu.
Okay.
So now let's correlate two things. Nothing is there in my dream except me. I become everything. And then the same thing is said that you are part of the dream of Vishnu. Then who are we?
We are just his worships. Like we worship him.
No. In your dream, even if somebody is worshipping you, in your dream, is it you or somebody else?
It should be me because I'm the one who is there.
Isn't it? Because nobody is entering into your dream. It's all you, whatever you have become. Now, if we are also the part of the dream of Vishnu, then who are we?
We are himself.
Got it? So we are Vishnu himself. Because there was nobody. And what is the first requisite for you to dream? You need to go to sleep. What is Vishnu doing always? You have seen him? Ananta Shayanam.
Always, he always lays down.
Lying down and sleeping, and that's where it is said the world is the dream of Vishnu. And if you are part of the world, then you are part of
Vishnu itself,
as well.
the Lord.
So that means in order to run the show, he has to do that. That's why he is worshipped, because he has given a power to run the show and he's running the show. Are you getting how far you can go? Now let's come to Brahma. You see the world that we see around us. Is it true?
For us, it's real, but for
It appears real. Right? Let's say you are standing on one side and I'm standing on the other side, and there is a letter written in between as 6.
Okay.
For me, it looks like 6. For you?
It will look like for me a 9.
And we can fight on that?
We can.
Because what is reality for you is 9, but for me, the reality is 6.
6.
So I am fighting, I'm shouting, oh, it's 6, 6, 6. So why can't you see it? Have you gone crazy? Have you gone mad? Can't you see it? Haven't we seen people fighting on that?
We have seen, Guruji. We have seen.
That's where I say the world is appearing different to different beings. And what is truth? That never changes. Is the world changing?
No.
It is changing every single day. Yesterday, your age was something. Today, your age has changed. Yesterday, it was Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. So time is passing.
Yes,
and
Guruji, time is passing.
The world is changing constantly.
Hmm.
So whatever changes and is not exactly the way I see it, it is an illusion. क्या कहते हैं? संसार माया है.
Maya. जी.
It's an illusion, veil of illusion. Why? Because what I see. Nobody can see the way you see it. They might see from their aspect, but you, whatever you are seeing, it's not the way they can see it ever. No one. Do you agree to that?
Yes, Guruji.
That means the world is different for you. The world is different from me.
That's true.
That's true. So that means as many people, that many worlds.
We can say, because each and every person depends on their
Correct.
lifestyle and all.
So now that means you are looking at the world in a way and the world appears in that way. You are happy, the world looks happier. You are sad, the world looks sad. Now tell me, who is changing the aspect of the world here?
The Lord itself. He's
The Lord
changing
itself.
it.
And where is the Lord?
He is within us.
Then who are you?
I am a part of his soul.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. You said the Lord is within you. Then who you could be in which the Lord himself merges?
No.
Can you see? We cannot think of that. We say the God is residing within me. That means, let's say there is a box in which 5 kg atta can be kept.
Okay.
So if I kept 5 kg of atta, the box itself is bigger than the container is bigger than what is being contained, right?
Yes, Guruji.
You said the Lord is within you.
But we cannot say that.
Right. You cannot say that because we don't have that audacity to even speak that. Oh, if the God is within me, then who I could be? Then I have to say, oh, I'm bigger than God? No. We don't say that. We don't say that, Manvita. We say Aham Brahmasmi. What is the meaning of that? That means whatever it is, I am also the same. Because I cannot exist without it. And that's why I am not just the part of it. I am it. Because we say in every speck the God lives. The God is found in every speck. That means this is also a speck. Then how it cannot be the God? It has to be. Are you understanding, or it is becoming confusion for you?
No, I'm able to understand little by little bit.
Okay, so slowly that's why we are keeping it slow. So that means you are understanding one aspect, that it is not whatever you are thinking about you as a name or a person, you are far beyond that. Because we have never expanded our thought processes, we were thinking ourselves to be one little being.
Yes, Guruji, that's
right?
true.
And now what is the knowledge doing to us? It is expanding our way of looking at the things. And the more and more we explore, the more and more we know about ourselves.
Yes, Guruji,
Okay.
that's true.
So now coming to Brahma. When the world is constantly changing and it is not the truth, and let's say you have a friend who always tells lie to you,
Okay.
would you believe in that friend?
No, the trust will
Always
be
brings
broken.
out some or other stories, excuses, and all those things. Would you believe in that person?
It's starting maybe, but afterwards getting to know the truth,
After
we will
realizing
lose the
you won't,
trust.
right? So you will make
Huh.
a distance from him, right?
Yes,
So in our
Guruji.
life, if somebody is constantly lying to us, we would go away from them. Now, what is Brahma creating?
He lied apart. That's the reason
He
everyone.
lied in the initial stage, and whatever he is creating is not the truth. It is constantly changing, because truth is something that should not change. So whatever he is creating is constantly changing. And when things are constantly changing, shall we worship the creator?
We cannot.
We cannot. Because Satyam Sivam Sundar, the one that is truth, that is the Shiva, and that is the most beautiful.
Beautiful.
So in the case of Brahma, when he is creating you is creating in such a way that you are forgetting yourself. It is hiding your truthfulness. So shall we worship it?
We cannot.
नहीं करना है. Yet there are places where it is worship is done. जब भी त्रिमूर्ति की पूजा होती है.
Yes, Guruji. Like
when the three gods are worshipped, then Brahma will be worshipped. And apart from that, in India, there is only one temple of Brahma where the worship is done. All other places, nowhere you will find that worship is being done.
Yes, Guruji.
So one is the curse, the second is what he is creating. And in this space, what are we doing? We are trying to cut down on that veil of.
Yes,
we are
Guruji.
trying to cut down on the veil of the Maya so that we come to the realization of the truth. And when you know the truth, you become the Shiva. And when you become the Shiva, you become the most beautiful that you can ever be. So, did you understood why Brahma ki puja kyun nahi hoti? So, any other question? No? Okay.
Thank you, Guruji.
So, thank you, Manvita. But if, see, this is a lot complicated for the initial part. When you are hearing it for the first time, it looks too complicated. Don't worry. The next time when we do the 9-day session, be a part of that, because in that we break it down segment by segment and you will come across all these things, but the understanding will be so clear in that part.
Sure, Guruji. I would love
Okay.
to.
Chalo. Thank you,
Thank you,
Manvita.
Guruji. Thank you so
for the
much.
question. Namaskar. Chalo, 82.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
Namaskar.
So, actually, even I had the question of that, why Brahma was not being worshipped, but it is clear now. So, as I shared to you yesterday, I have drawn Kamakya, what I've seen in my vision. So, shall I show it in the share screen, or should I?
You can share it. I am replacing the spotlight, bringing it to you.
Yes.
So here you are.
The sharing option is not available.
Okay, so no, it is there on your system, or is it there on a drawing?
Okay, I'll show it.
Yeah. So that you can do. Okay, so here you go. So he has drawn this. Wow, the tiger, the Shiva, then the Shakti above that. That is so amazing. So how many bhuja have you drawn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. Okay. 12 bhujaएं. Okay. Super creativity. Amazing creation, Chidvilas, as always. Okay. So, any questions?
Yeah, obviously I have so many questions.
Oh, so many. Okay, at least few of that.
Yes, Guruji. Uh, and I had a question that uh, I just wanted to know about our Guru Parampara.
Okay,
So, is it possible to list out the Guru Parampara of ours?
ours in the sense.
Like, you are my Guru, and then your Guru, and then like that. Like, where is it coming from?
That's a very typical case here. That's what I said, Aditi ji, na, when Shiva was getting married, they asked who is your father and who is your mother and what gotra you come from. He said no lineage.
Oh, there is no lineage.
You can call it if you just want to see like, okay, the lineage that I have come from, if you call it as a Guru Parampara, then you can. But for me, it's like everything has taught me. You have taught me. Every one of you in the room has taught me. I've learned everything from, you see, the examples that we take from, where are we getting it? Every single thing that we look at, that has become my teacher. So which parampara do I come from? That's a very typical question for me, actually, because if you ask me to pinpoint one guru, even I can tell me like, okay, my father initiated me initially. So if you call him my guru, then yes, then that lineage comes from his father. So that generation goes into play. Yet my story is quite different, Chidvilas. I don't have because if I talk on that part, even it would be difficult to digest. That's where, and I know like there are some things that have come up right now. I was also looking at it and they say, oh, you should know the parampara of your guru, then only you should follow. Then you will know like from where they are coming from. They have already a proven track record.
Some time ago, yeah, even I heard that.
Right? So let me ask you one question. Who was the guru of Thomas Alva Edison who taught him to build the bulb? What? Which university he went to learn how to build it? What is his lineage? Because if he does not have a proven lineage, that means he cannot build a bulb. You should throw away all the lights in your home. What if the lineage begins from him?
Yeah.
Then what? Then you should ask, what is the lineage of Shiva? Because Adi Guru, he appeared and he gave his knowledge to the 7 rishis. Those 7 rishis should first have asked, who is your guru?
Yeah.
So there you don't have a lineage to compete with. And although I would like to say, it does not matter from which lineage we all came from. Why not start it from here?
Mm-hmm.
Why not start it from here where it changes? इसीलिए कहते हैं ना, प्रहलाद का कौन था बताओ, उसके lineage में सब राक्षस है उसके ऊपर.
Huh.
फिर ये प्रहलाद कैसे बन गया? So in this creation, Chidvilas, there are always certain things that are, see, whenever the course has to be changed, let's say there is a flowing water coming. If you want to change the direction of the water, you will put something in between so that it diverts the water from flowing into a certain direction to another direction. Got it? So
Yeah.
that means in nature, in creation, also certain things are brought in as new things. They are put into that space so that they create something new out of it.
Mm.
They begin something new.
Mm.
All the scientists even that you see, they are just like that. They have created something so amazing that was never available.
Mm.
So Chidvila's lineage, I can tell you, I'll talk about a lot of lineages from the concept of the things that we have learned. We can talk about all those lineages. कितने भी मार्ग हैं, उस मार्ग के जो lineage रह चुके हैं, उनके बारे में बात कर सकते हैं. I don't know when you people will get ready to, in order to even me sharing my part of the journey. And that's not easy to even digest. That's what I said. That's why I don't tell about that. You won't even. It's a ho kaise sakta hai? You can come into that space. How is it even possible is the question would appear in that. But does not matter. Abhi hum samne hai na. So let's begin from here.
Yes, Guruji.
And you people will become the lineage. You people carry on to the next levels. What's the problem?
Sure.
So that when somebody asks, okay, from where did you learn it? Okay, there is somewhere. Okay.
Yes,
But
Guruji.
yes, वो जो सिद्धों की परंपरा के बारे में तो पेंडिंग है, कैसे भी उसके बारे में तो बात होगी. So we'll be talking about that anyways. Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
So any other question?
Yes, Guruji. I was just listening about this Mahabharata, and then I got the doubt ki how did Dharmaraj going to heaven with his body?
That's why he's called as Dharmaraj. Right? Okay. So how he went with his body, the mortal body that has to actually fall, but he carried it through. Because we all know all the others fell down, but he was the only one who went up, and then along with him also went a dog.
Yeah.
धर्मराज का तो भी समझ में आता है, ये डॉग भी सह शरीर स्वर्ग पहुंच गया. So how is it even possible? So you have to understand one thing, Chidvilas, like that's the purification process. If you ask me, is it even possible to travel somewhere along with the body? Look at the earlier sages that you might have heard of. Sitting at one place, yet they have traveled across the things.
Yeah.
Even there have been beings, those who can be at 2 places simultaneously, 3 places simultaneously, 4 places simultaneously. And that is also a physical body that you are seeing them at that space. So how is it even possible? So here, Chidvilas, like it is also a way of passing on a message that what you think as blood and flesh can be purified enough to enter into heaven. That's where it is the indication that don't think that you are just made out of flesh and blood, so you cannot become divinity, you cannot achieve something great as which we call as the heavens. Yet it is a example that it is possible. So everything has been indicated. हमने कहा ना कि everything is actually pointing out to us. So that's where these concepts come into play. That he has gone into. Even if you go to the Christian religion also, there was somebody named as Honak. He is also one person who has traveled to heaven with his body. So can you see all the concepts have been taken from somewhere? So here Yudhishthira has gone, then that place Honak has gone. That's how it is, Chidvilas, but purification processes. And you're asking about that. You also know, like before even Yudhishthira reached out heaven, Arjuna during the Vanaprastha, he also went to heaven, right? He also learned the Kala out there. How? So there are, what we have to understand here is there are actually what science is calling as wormholes, right? What is wormhole? We have wormhole. If you enter here, you don't know where you are going to appear again. But you will travel with your entire body. Again, it is talking about a concept of multiverse, where you can travel with body without changing anything in you, but while you are reaching to the other side of it, all the things have changed. right? So again, all those concepts that were talked in such a way as spirituality are now being talked as science right now. So those are all the same concepts. It's just like Doraemon's Anyway door. If you understand the secrets behind it, you can open any door anytime. And it does not matter whether you're traveling with a body or not. Now, if you go to the Tibetan monks, they fly in the sky along with the body, right? So how are they able to do that? They have at least reached to a certain level where they can levitate their body and they can fly. Akash marg se gati karna means traveling through the sky. So that is also possible. That is also recorded. And don't worry, still people are there who can. If you want, we can teach you as well. Now, Sunilji is very happy. But why, Sunilji, so much of sadhana when you can pay a few $100 and get into the flight and sit quietly and enjoy the ride? Because वो साधना करके उसको सीखने के लिए आपको समय लग जाएगा. But Chitvilas, there are simple sadhanas that I can, if I teach you, at least, no.
About to say something.
I was about to say something, but I have to stop. नहीं तो सब उसके पीछे भागेंगे. बोला अच्छा हमें ही सिखा दो. कुछ नहीं, कुछ मत सिखाओ, खाली जमीन से 2 इंच ऊपर चलना सिखा दो. Just if we can walk 2 inches above the ground, that's enough. ऐसा पीपल से वो भी जरूरत नहीं, पानी पे चलना सिखा दो, वो भी काफी. There are simple processes, Shivilas, that if you do that for a certain amount of time, it just can be prescribed. If you do that, you won't even know when you started flying. Okay, बड़ा fancy लग रहा है ना? So let me ask you one thing. Have you seen the Kung Fu movies? In that people fly. Don't think it is only dramatization. It is possible. You can ask me, how is it possible? It's very simple science. The science says if something is lighter than the object in which it is floating, it will obviously get up. पानी में लोहे को डालो because of its, what you say, the stuffiness of it or the sturdiness of it, it drowns. But if you put the density of it, because of the density of it is drowning.
Yeah.
But if you change the form of that, the same iron is floating as a ship. And not only floating, it is also carrying other people. So that means there are processes. That is how I say, if you need water to swim, and until you know how to swim, you will drown in it. Yes or no? Similarly, if you know how to swim in air, obviously you will. How? The only art that you have to learn is to make your body feather light. Haven't you seen the dandelions flying across? Yeah. Similarly, if you become as lighter as a dandelion, what will happen to you?
Will fly.
Will float. Now some people will say, okay, weight loss program bhi hai kya?
इतना कि उड़ जाए.
No, there are processes. And when I tell you the narrative, the processes, you would absolutely, मुझे बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, you will agree that yes, it is possible. Actually, it can be done. I don't worry, we'll give you a few of that. So at least start somewhere, you will see like what happens. But for that, you have to have a very, very fit body first. Right? But Chidvilas, they are possible. Then there are processes with Parad means,
Oh.
what do you call as Parad in English? Sunil ji, Bruce Lee body, yes, kind of that. लेकिन ब्रूस ली इतना हल्का हो गया कि कम उम्र में ही उड़ गया. That's a problem as well. Okay. So even there are other processes, Chidvilas, that actually can. So when you are talking about like how they travel with the body, it is possible because there are elements that you have to keep along with you. There are sadhanas that you have to hold on. Through that, you can go travel any place you like. Time travelers. That's possible. So let's see, when you get ready, might be at least we will teach you how to fly a little more than the regular.
Yes, Guruji, because I feel for nowadays society, they need something like really eye-catching to really notice that there is something beyond what we know. And I feel only those people who are
They
eligible
want,
and who are eligible to see will be doing those things.
see, Chidvilas, the world is looking forward to magicians,
Exactly.
not spirituality.
Yeah.
That's where I ask, no, are you really behind God or behind the powers of God?
Mm.
If the God does not show any power, you won't worship it. Isn't it? So we are not behind gods. We are behind their powers. Whoever showcases you the power, you are behind them. Then the question should be asked, is it because of the powers I am behind it? Or is it the truth that I am behind? So that's where our mind has to be checked. That's where the purification needs to be done. Because it comes like, oh, मैं तो बड़ा भक्त हूँ भगवान का. But there is a song that we all sing, na? जो ध्यावे फल पावे, कष्ट मिटे तन का. Means why I am doing the puja? ताकि तन का कष्ट दूर हो जाए. The physical pains go away. सुख संपत्ति घर आवे. Oh, so I need dhan dhanya in my house. That's why I'm singing it. Can you see the prayer itself is only asking about the worldly things. Jai Ambe Gauri, Maya Jai Shama Gauri, Tum Binu Aur Na Dooja. So that song, if you will read it, that I at times say, "Re bhai, pura ka pura list leke baithe." But still okay, because when somebody does not know the reality, at least they pray this, through which they will come to a certain space of realization. That's how it is. And literally, somebody opened my eyes recently, Chidvilas, like I saw something where the small little kid was asked, what is the full form of maths? Mathematics. So what is the full form of maths? You know what she said? A small little girl stood up and she says, oh, you don't know the meaning of it. What is maths? Tell me.
I don't know.
मेरी आत्मा तुम्हें हमेशा सताएगी. ऐसा so intelligent people are there. मैं बोला, अरे पहले मुझे क्यों नहीं समझ में आया? So beautifully said. I said, I absolutely agree to that.
Even I do.
So that's how Chidvilas it is. So knowing certain things, decoding it in their ways. मैंने सोचा प्रभु चरण कहाँ है आपके, इतनी सच्ची बात कह दी आपने. Okay. Chalo, coming back. Any questions?
Yes, Guruji. Uh, so like last week or something, I heard somewhere that when we imagine a devata, so it mainly depends on how we are imagining the devata. The devata manifests in such way.
Okay.
So is it really like the presence get more and more stronger when we try to imagine more stronger and like more purer? And I even heard that this devata which we have created will be taking us to the real devata, which is there residing in her or his loka.
Yes. So my question would be, rather than answering it, I would like a question. You said the Devata we create. You said that? Or I heard it wrong?
Yeah,
So
I
if
said
you
that.
can create a Devata, who are you is my question. And who will take you where?
Now this becomes weird.
Isn't it? Because we don't want to take that responsibility part. Yes. When it is said like the way you have understood it. Okay, so let's define that. You are doing a certain kind of sadhana. In that sadhana, you are creating a devata, and slowly that devata kind of appears, and that devata takes you to the truth. That's what you said, right? I will not call it as God. I will say it will make you reach out to the truth. Yeah, na? It's very simple thing. That's what it is true. You are changing your mind in such a way that the same mind that was dragging you into the world has now become the pathway for your liberation. Who becomes the first devata here? Your own mind. And when the mind is further purified, what it will do? It will seek out for the truth. When it seeks out for the truth, what it will do all kind of sadhanas that is required. And the guidances will also appear in that space. And when the guidance is appearing, just like Aditi ji was asking, then you said nobody can enter into your dream. Then how a guru and a God can appear into your dream? I said that's their power. That's their way. These are the only two beings that can actually enter into your dream because they are no separate from you. So Chidvilas, coming back to you. So here, where was I? I just missed that. Oh my God. So the Devata. What is the word we have decoded? Devata means the one who tells you. Jo bata de aapko. The Hindi word is what? Bata de means you are telling somebody, so you told him. Devata, matlab the one who tells you. What happens the first thing? The first is the purification of the body and mind. And then the mind becomes sattvic. And when the mind becomes sattvic, it travels in the right path. When it is traveling in the right path, the guidance appears. When the guidance appears, they take you to the truth. So yes, one way that you have heard it is right. Yet our process is completely different. We directly ask one question. If you are creating the Devata, then who are you? Then where is to go, what is to learn, whom to find, everything disappears. Because in that moment, the only thing that is left is you. And there was another funny thing that happened. You listen to this. Somebody asked, if someone loses his memory, let's say he met with an accident, he lost his memory. That's what you say, right? If that person lost his memory, how does he still talk in the same language that she used to talk earlier?
Yeah.
वो language क्यों नहीं भूलते? Why are they asking the question in the same language that they learnt earlier before even losing? That means something is beyond. The language is something that is beyond. The only thing is, he is not able to even recall that he is speaking that language. He is in such trauma, he is not even realizing that he is actually speaking a language, but from where the language came from. If he traces from where this language came from, at least he will know from where. After that, he can search further. That means there is always something left with you that you can trace back to your home. Now tell me, you have forgotten that you are God, but what language is still there within you that speaks? If you trace it back, you will go back home. You can forget everything, but you won't forget one thing. What is that language? If you know that language, you can trace it back. So what is the language that we speak? The language is very simple. I am. I am. मैं तो हूं. अच्छा, मैं तो हूं मतलब कहां से? Now you trace it back. And when you trace it back, you go. That's the travel. So either you run to find the gods and goddesses, or you find yourself. And yes, of course, the sadhana that we are going to give, we'll see what kind of sadhana you people need. Based on that, we can. Because this Chaturmas, I am going to keep you all busy. Actually, I was thinking of giving at least 3 sadhanas this coming Sunday. I said, कुछ ज़्यादा हो जाएगा, एक से शुरू करते हैं, then we will see if. Or might be I can do one thing, I can give you at least 2 or 3. Whatever, whichever you people can do, you do it. You remember last year we did the Nag Kesar sadhana exactly during this time. But people always say, हो गया ना, एक बार कर दिया, अभी दूसरा कुछ करते हैं. Now, if you continue your sadhana through that also, it is great. If you want to do the Nag Kesar, at least, anyways, I will talk about that on Sunday completely. सारे चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे. Okay, coming back to you, Chibilas. Yes, one way what you have heard is true. And the other thing is, when you are asking the questions, you are getting the answers or not.
Yeah.
So that's how the guidance comes.
Yeah. And I just have little tangential question to this.
Okay.
So what I feel how Pran Pratishtha goes is when we look at a particular devata, there is something which gets intrigued in us. So that part which got intrigued, I feel is the devata. Because that part of emotion which is connected to the devata, or that part of energy which was connected, gets raised in us.
Okay.
So that particular part of energy is the devata, which is also there in us. So how Pran Pratishtha goes is we put the same thought or energy into that particular vigraha or yantra to make it alive. So it just simply doesn't matter about the shape or form in which it is. We just put that energy through thought into the vigraha or yantra.
Okay.
And is that how the Pran Pratishtha goes?
Okay, so there are a few things to that. One is elemental things. Elements means what kind of element has been used to invoke that particular deity. It might be fire, it might be water, it might be sky, right? So all the Shivalingas that you see, there are 5 different types of Shivalingas that you find. So Akash Tattva hai, Agni Tattva hai, Jal Tattva hai, Vayu Tattva hai, or Akash Tattva hai. So the first thing is the elemental creation. What kind of element is being used to do the Pran Pratishtha? Means what kind of elemental mantra or vibration is being sent into it. The idol is nothing but just like a storehouse where this is being kept. Just like your body, there is somewhere what you call as the prana is there within you. And you cannot pinpoint where, but this body is just like a container in which the prana is moving. Similarly, when we are doing the prana pratishtha, we are invoking that particular thing through a particular mantra that invokes that kind of elemental changes in it. Right? So when that elemental changes is happening in that, that is the second thing. Sorry, that is the first thing, the elemental thing. The second thing is the mantras that we are being used to rectify that. Let's say you are not good at studies. So what you do, you start doing either the Aradhana or Puja of Ganesh or Saraswati. But if you want to become strong, what do? You chant the mantra of Hanuman. And you see the mantras itself have different kind of frequency, vibration, and are used for a certain thing. That means when a mantra is being chanted, it has an impact on the other thing. Whether it is made out of gold, silver, copper, whatever it is, but it has an impact on that. So what kind of element is being used? What kind of mantra is being used? What is the vidhi? Means what is the process that has been used? The vidhi. Then aata hai paridhi. What kind of place that has been established? So all these things when come together, they create that kind of force, vibration in that place. Just like we all are there, but many of us are very, very sattvic. Some are tamasic in nature and some are rajasic in nature. There must be someone who loves to go shopping. What would you call them? राजसिक है वो. और जो कहता है कि नहीं नहीं कुछ नहीं चाहिए, 2 कपड़े हैं ना मेरे पास, that's enough. What did you call them? Sattvic. Then there are some people, एक ही टी शर्ट को 7 दिन पहन के घूम रहे हैं. Tamasic. So it is the same cadre of people, but different kind of ways. They might also come from one family. But because of the quality they have within them, they react in that way. Some sattvic, rasic and tamasic. Why? Because the elemental thing that is within them, the prana that is moving within them, has chosen to play that kind of role there. So here in this case, when we are doing the sadhana, when we are doing the prana pratishtha of any particular deity, a particular mantra is being invoked into that so that it reacts in that way. So the prana pratishtha, and then when you say, like when you go to a temple, you feel emotionally connect. It is not only emotionally connect, you are connecting with it because the vibrational frequency of that being that is vibrating there and you are connecting together. You are able to connect that. And I don't know if you remember when we went to Kamakshi temple.
Yeah.
So how the vibrational frequencies were changing, you realized on that day, right?
Yeah.
So the moment I say, okay, so you are here, you say what is happening, the next step, and as closer as you go, what happens? Like everything changes.
Yeah.
It's like coming into the paridhi of that. That's what I was speaking of. Then the puja means the vidhi through which it is being done. So all these things come into play to create that kind of force, image, or vibration or frequency of that place. So that is the power of prana pratishtha. Right? You can make it understand in a very simpler form. Let's say somebody studied in the state board, somebody studied in the English board, and somebody was sent to foreign countries to learn. So they all learn different things, right? So similarly, in this case also, when a prana pratishtha is done, what is being invoked in that? कभी-कभी अच्छे जगह पे भी ऐसे गलत कर देते हैं जहां पे देवता के बदले कोई और स्थापित हो जाता है और वो जगह श्रापित हो जाता है. दैट बेसिकली हैपेंस इन आवर होम्स, बिकॉज हम उस तरीके की पूजा करते नहीं है, और हमको पता नहीं कि हम जो भोग चढ़ा रहे हैं उसे खा कौन रहा है, हु इज इवन टेकिंग दैट फूड, वी डोंट नो। और हम कह रहे हैं कि घर में इतना कलह क्लेश क्यों लगा रहता है, हम तो पूजा कर दिए। बट मिला किसे, हु इज गेटिंग फेड विद दैट? So that is something you have to again look at. So that purification process that we keep on saying, no, it's not only physical purification, your purification of the house is also as much required. So whenever you do a yagyam, homam, puja, jap in your house, what happens? That purifies your home. क्यों कहा जाता है कि यार कम से कम एकादशी के एकादशी घर में एक हवन कर लो, कि अष्टमी के दिन हवन कर दो, कि गुरुवार के दिन हवन कर दो, कि शुक्रवार के दिन हवन कर दो? Why do they say that? That's a purification process. Okay. What
Yes.
else?
I just got this question from like looking on to the Pran Pratishtha of Dhyanalinga.
Okay.
Because Sadhguru goes on saying that he put his prana into the Dhyanalinga.
Okay.
Because it was not there before, it got just newly created. So he has to put something which was inside him, which was never there before. But mantras are there before. We can recreate other forms of Shivalinga and Devatas.
Yes.
But this has to be something which has come from inside him, which was a part of him.
Yes. So in such case, what happens, Chidvilas, is, you see, there is a small little boy and there is a well-built man. Who has more power?
Well-built man.
Obviously, well-built man. So in sadhana also, if you understand that, a person who has done a severe sadhana, he is stronger in that field, right? So when he's stronger in that field, it is just like giving a helping hand to push the car, let's say. A small little kid is there to push the car, and there is somebody, a well-built person, to push the car. Who is more efficient?
Well-built.
Obviously. So when you're pushing the car, are you not transferring your energy into the car, and because of which it is moving? Can science deny this?
No.
It was your power. You used that power, you pushed it, and that pushing, that power of yours transformed into the car and it moved.
Yeah.
Similarly, a sadhana, the people, those who are highly elevated in sadhana, when they are doing the prana pratishtha, you might have seen many processes. They put the hand, they put the leg, they hold it tight. There are many ways of doing it. Through which body part you are transferring the energy is also important. There are certain sadhanas which you won't see, where actually feet is used. Now just think of you putting a leg on the deity. Can you even think on that?
No.
Cannot think on that. Yet you have done puja of that also. जब काली माता को देखते हो तो वो तो शिव के ऊपर ही खड़ी है ना. She's standing on him. Then so that kind of sadhana those who people can do. They can even do this. But that again will come under the Munda sadhanas. Okay.
Yes.
So let's not go there. Not our topic for you people. Someday, if we do that, you will see how it is done.
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. Chalo. So, Chidvilas, I will leave you with another 79 questions.
Yes, Guruji.
Chalo. Thank you. So,
Thank you.
we will reserve your questions for next time also.
Yes, Guruji.
सुनील जी.
हाँ गुरुजी.
प्रणाम.
सो मेरे ये 2 क्वेश्चंस शायद इंटरलिंक है, बट सो मैं ये योग वशिष्ठ पढ़ रहा था उनके बुक. सो राम जी पूछते हैं कि पूछे क्वेश्चन विश्वामित्र से. ये बुक में लिखा गया है कि राम ने जो भी इस विश्व में जो क्वेश्चन हो सकता है वो सब पूछ ले इस बुक में. तो वो पूछ रहे हैं इसमें कि और इस तरह से दिखाया, माइंड के बारे में बोल रहे हैं। माइंड इज इट्स द क्रिएटर ऑफ ऑल ऑब्जेक्ट्स।
Okay.
This universe appeared when the mind came to existence and then disappeared with the absence of the mind. So मुझे आप हमारी थोड़ी देर पहले एक एक लेडी पूछ रही थी आपसे क्वेश्चन, आप बोल रहे थे विष्णु के ड्रीम में है। हमारा सच अप्रोप्रिएट क्वेश्चन फॉर टुडे। ओके, सो ये क्वेश्चन है, हाउ टू इंटरप्रेट दिस 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 इंटरप्रिटेशन। और फिर मुझे याद आया कि नासादिया सुक्ता में भी ये बोला जाता है कि ये धरती पहले वाज नॉट एग्जिस्टिंग बट इट एग्जिस्टेड जस्ट लाइक दैट। सो सर इसको हाउ शुड वी इंटरप्रेट, हाउ शुड वी अंडरस्टैंड?
Okay. So in order to understanding this, as it is rightly said, when the mind appeared, all the things appeared, and when the mind disappears, everything disappears. So they are talking about the entire cosmic mind, the cosmic mind that is running the entire show now. जैसे हम जानते हैं कि भगवान के 5 शक्तियां हैं। पहला शक्ति इच्छा शक्ति। What is इच्छा? Without the mind you cannot have even a desire. तो पहला गुण है भगवान का, क्या है? इच्छा शक्ति। So जब इच्छा आई means when the mind appeared, then only the next things appeared. इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति means when you can think, then you can do it. Without thinking, you cannot do it in the right way. So इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति, बुद्धि आई, then only you are able to do the things. So इच्छा शक्ति, क्रिया शक्ति. So that is why it is said like when the mind appeared, then the desire appeared, and with the desire it was created. So what is the first thing that has to appear? Mind.
The desire
the mind,
before.
Now, when the desire is no more there, what is left?
I think that's not when you don't have desire, the only thing left is you, I guess. I'm like, in a sense, like, because hold on.
I tell you, no, you're right, Sunilji, don't worry. When you say I don't have any desire, yet you are left out, that means a mind can be without desire. So a desireless mind that we are speaking of. A desireless mind, a mind that is not attached to anything, it is a state of samadhi. That is the first part of Sabikalpa Samadhi, means the Samadhi where it is awake and yet not attached to anything. Then Nirvikalpa Samadhi, that means even the brain or the mind has merged. There is no identification of I am.
I am.
I don't have desire, but I am is there.
Yeah.
The I is still there. But when that I also dissolves, there is no mind. Then when you are no more there, now does the world exist?
It will not exist because you become
for you. So there is no world for you. Yeah. Just like this. You are looking at the phone or the system in front of you. Yeah. So you are seeing me, right? Yes. But can you see what is happening behind you? Might be out of your home. No. Until and unless the mind is connected to that. Means the mind is connected to the Pancha Indriyas, the Pancha Jnana Indriyas and the Karma Indriyas. Yes. Whenever they are attached, then only the mind is able to see them and experience it. Whatever you have not seen or experienced, for you it does not exist. Let's say you have never heard of something. There are many things that you might not have heard. But do they exist or not? They might be existing. But for you?
I'm like, until
they don't exist. Can you see what the mind does not know, the eyes don't see? So उसी तरीके से जो वहां पे योग वशिष्ठ में बताया गया है कि पहले जब बुद्धि मन जब आया तब रचना हुई, जब मन नहीं है तो रचना का भी कोई अस्तित्व नहीं रह जाता. It's just like this. There was someone who is named as Sunilji. He is awake and he is experiencing the world. But now Sunilji goes for a sleep and he goes into deep sleep, not even dreaming. तुरिया स्थिति को प्राप्त हो गए, then now what exists for you? The world might be existing outside, but for you,
Yeah.
it's no more there. It just disappeared.
Hmm.
So इसलिए जब आप नहीं है, जब मन नहीं है, जब बुद्धि नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. मनोबुद्धि अहंकार चित्तानि नाहम्. Okay.
Sir, for Nasadi Sutta has like from the days of when I was watching the series.
Yes, the history, Bharat Ek Khoj.
Bharat Ek Khoj.
That was the most amazing time when we first heard that mantra there actually.
Yeah, there. And it was so brilliant. I mean, like, it was had so much vibration. I could never forget it. So I went looking back for a couple of years ago. Sir, what does that mantra means actually? Can I ask that question?
What does the
Nasadya Sutta teaches us?
so
What does it mean?
complete decoding the mantra itself you are saying, right?
Yeah, if you are decoding that.
Then you have given me a homework.
Okay. Okay, sir. We'll move to the next question. This may be एक spiritual guru YouTube में बता रहे थे कि they were talking about the guru has 16 units. I'm assuming that it's tattva, like 1/6 tattva, and Ram as a god has only 14 tattva, and parents have like 10 or 11 tattva. So what do they do? That's why Guruji is even higher than the god when it comes to the thing. And then this weekend was Guru Purnima. Thank you.
Okay.
So they were also saying that like there are three gods. One is the creator, the keeper, and the destroyer. We need three gods to do three different things, but Guru is the one who can bring all those three things to you, as in like create something in you, keep it, and then So how to understand that tattva concept or the units concept?
Okay. So what we are talking about the kala, means aspects, attributes.
Okay.
When they say like, okay, a human is actually having three attributes, three kind of gunas. That's what we speak of. Then there might be a god who is vibrationing at like उनका जो तत्व है, जैसे कलाएं जिसे कहते हैं, जैसे आपने सुना होगा कि कृष्ण की कितनी कलाएं हैं, राम की कितनी कलाएं हैं. Then when we are talking about a guru and they said like guru के 16 कला होते हैं, it depends on the kind of sadhana the guru has done. Because it does not end with 16. It can be 32, 64, 128 and so on.
That's wrong.
I'm not talking about 1000 Sri 1000. No. I'm talking about the kind of kalas, means the kind of gunas that person has already achieved, perceived, learnt or mastered. कैसे कलाओं का गिनती होती है? There are certain cluster of things that come as one. For example, for one cluster, हम कहते हैं पंच इंद्रियां मतलब one is a cluster of things coming together, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. So these are all a bundle of things that are coming up. ये एक कला है. क्या है कला? ये कला के जरिए आप ये सारे चीजें कर सकते हो. You are able to do so many things out of it. Similarly, in the kshetra of creation, different kind of clusters of kala come together. For example, somebody is really good at their art, singing, dancing and everything, drama. So उनके अंदर एक कला आ गई. कौन सी कला आ गई? They are the यक्षिणी कला. उसके अंदर जो गंधर्व का कला आ गई उनके अंदर, गंधर्व की कला आ गई. So जो योनिस जिस तरीके से डिवाइड हुए हैं, जिस कला में उनके अंदर है, that's how it is notified as, okay, so this person is at that level, this is at that level, that is at that level. Oh, cluster of things or knowledge, what he has mastered or she has mastered, when they come as a stepping stone, if you count that, then only it is calculated as a kala. So when they say a guru was a 16 kala, he might be a person who has done that kind of sadhana. But there are gods and goddesses also. Now, the one who says that Ram has 12 kala, 13 kala, and the guru has 16, that means you have to understand one thing. It is not making the guru bigger than Ram. It is saying the guru is 2 points more. Why is it showing 2 points more? Because Ram is already there within it. He has reached that space first. And beyond that, he is learning something else. It does not make Ram small or the guru huge there. It's all about the kind of siddhis that they have accepted. But the only thing that wrongly is interpreted, Sunilji, can you really, I ask this question, can you really tell me how did you counted the kala of Ram?
Oh, I would not.
Right. So when I even cannot count that, how can I be arrogant enough to say that, oh, you know, I am more than that? किससे बड़ा है कौन? जिस दिन आप अभी भी बड़े छोटे में हो ना, तो आप अभी खुद नहीं निकले. You even yourself have not gotten into the right space. So somebody, I was seeing one, somebody shared a small little video. There some guru is sitting and he said, somebody came and told ki, it is too much of summer, so we want to gift a fan to you. He says, okay, ठीक है, bring the fan. And on the blades of the fan, पूरा परिवार का नाम लिखा हुआ है. उसका नाम, उसके पापा का नाम, उसके दादा का नाम, सारे 3 ब्लेड के ऊपर पूरा लिखा हुआ है, पूरा खानदान का नाम. बोले अब देखो पंखा लगा के चले गए और हम जैसे ही स्विच ऑन करते पूरा तीनों उनका जो पूर्वज है वो तीनों घूमते हैं हमारे सर पे.
Sure, sir.
So funny aspects, Sunil ji.
Yeah, true.
I still remember once I took Iman to one temple where on the floor all the names are there. Okay. And somehow we have told them that अक्षर जो होता है वो विद्या होती है और विद्या के ऊपर पैर नहीं रखने चाहिए. Now he's standing. Why are you not coming? नीचे ऐसे दिखा रहे. I said, what? पूरे अक्षर लिखे हुए हैं, विद्या है, विद्या के ऊपर कैसे पैर रखूं? Now he's asking me, how did you walk over that? So can you see, first and foremost thing, Sunilji, the first and foremost quality that every one of us should develop, which is the first ever essential thing, is becoming, वो कहते हैं ना, झुकना सीखना. You should know how to bow down. वो कहते हैं ना कि लचीलापन तो जीवन की निशानी होती है. नहीं, हाँ, लचीलेपन में जान होता है और अकड़ तो मुर्दे का पहचान होता है. Means the one who can be bent and folded and is still alive. लेकिन मुर्दा जो है ना, अकड़ गया है, उसको कुछ नहीं कर सकते आप. So you cannot fold it, you have to break it. So that first and foremost thing you should always learn is that humbleness. I say,
Yes, sir.
How grateful the God might be that he has even given me the voice to speak that तुम जानते हो राम 13 कला का है और मैं 16 का. Audacity.
Yeah.
वो तो झुक जाना चाहिए उसके सामने. अरे भाई, राम कहाँ, मैं कहाँ. Right. But that's okay. But that's how कलाओं का जो है उसका भी स्तर माना जाता है, उसको भी गिनती करते हैं. लेकिन जब आप साधनाएं करते, तंत्र मार्ग में जाते, तो वो काउंट रखते हैं कुछ लोग कि हाउ फार आई हैव ट्रैवल्ड, हाउ फार आई हैव टू गो. उस हिसाब से देखा जाता है. क्योंकि काली की जो भी साधना करते हैं वो अलग अलग स्तर पे करते हैं. राइट. 8 कला, 16 कला, 32 कला, 64 कला काली की साधनाएं हैं। तो वो साधनाओं के समय में वो देखा जाता है कि कौन से स्तर तक वो पहुंच गए हैं। दैट्स फाइन। ओके, थैंक यू सुनील जी,
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सो मच। अदिति जी इज बैक।
हर हर महादेव।
हर हर महादेव।
महादेव, पहले ही सवाल से कनेक्टेड मुझे क्वेश्चन आया था, इसलिए
ओके,
पूछना था।
या गो अहेड।
जो 7 चक्रों के जो बीज मंत्र है महादेव, तो आपने कहा था कि वो पर्टिकुलर बीज मंत्र पर्टिकुलर गॉड को रेफर करते हैं।
यस।
तो मीन्स जो हमारे 33 कोटि देव है, तो क्या हम ऐसे कह सकते हैं उनमें से बीज मंत्र कितने हो सकते हैं, और कितने कुंडलियों, मीन्स हाउ दे चूज, और मीन्स जो भी चक्र है जो अभी तक हम लोगों ने सीखे नहीं है आगे के, तो वो कौन से भगवान से क्या रिलेटेड महादेव, मीन्स उनके बीज मंत्र वो सब।
ओके, तो क्या जानना है उसमें?
वो चक्र, वो बीज मंत्र को और वो भगवान को, वो उनका कनेक्शन कैसे होता है, मीन्स किस बात से वो कनेक्टेड होते हैं, किस बात से वो, क्यों इस भगवान का ये कुंडलिनी का, ये चक्र का, ये बीज मंत्र
आधिपत्य
ऐसा।
देवी या देवता है,
हाँ
या
हाँ,
उसका
ऐसे।
मंत्र है?
हाँ,
ओके,
क्यों, वो कैसे डिसाइड, मीन्स कैसे होता है वो, हम लोग वो आगे का भी जानना चाहते हैं महादेव।
तो पूरा बोलना पड़ेगा आपको
हम्म,
कि मूलाधार पे गणेश क्यों बैठा है,
हाँ हाँ।
डाकिनी कहाँ पे है, शाकिनी कहाँ पे है,
हम्म
योगिनियाँ कहाँ पे है, विष्णु कहाँ है, शिव कहाँ है, ब्रह्म
हम्म
तत्व कहाँ है।
हम्म
ओके, so this should all come under that 27 chakras.
हम्म।
But fortunately, unfortunately, I wrote it 2 years ago. So let me see if I find it. 27 चक्र के बारे में.
हम्म
So those basic 27 chakras actually can be experienced by you.
हम्म
Not only the 7. There are more than
हम्म।
208.
Yes.
But we only know the 7 because what is the major ones that we work on.
हम्म।
But 27 chakras is something that you should know. ठीक है,
Yes.
मैं ढूंढता हूँ, नहीं तो फिर से लिखना पड़ेगा मुझे. That's how the only thing is.
Please Mahadev, take your time, but कभी भी
सब सुनील जी
possible.
से इंस्पायर्ड हो जा रहे हैं, मुझे लग रहा है. सब होमवर्क देने में लगे पड़े हैं. पहले क्लास वर्क देते थे, अब होमवर्क भी देने लगे. और चलो ठीक है, बट थैंक यू, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट आई एम ऑल्सो एबल टू रेस्ट पीसफुली व्हाट आई हैव टू स्पीक नेक्स्ट. सो इसी से पता चल जाता है कि कौन सा चीज का आने का समय हो जा रहा है. सो वी कैन डू इट दैट वे. अदिति जी, you remember once we do the mantra sadhana for 2 days continuously, 2 or 3 days we did that.
Yes.
Similar kind of process we can do, like where we do it continuously 2 or 3 days and complete that.
Okay, Mahadev.
The 27 chakra के बारे में. Along with their devi devatas, why it is there, how they got connected to that, and then how you can invoke that part, what are their root cause mantras and all those things. Everything will be there.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Yes.
चलो.
तो मुझे और छोटा सा उसके रिलेटेड पूछना था. जैसे हम लोग लास्ट वीक में वो समाधि के बारे में सब कुछ जान रहे थे, पतंजलि योग सूत्र के वहां यहाँ जो बताया गया है महादेव, तो जब हम लोग सच में डीप समाधि में उतर जाते हैं महादेव, तो ये कैटेगरीज किसको पता चलता है और किसको याद भी रहता है, और क्या फर्क भी पड़ता है महादेव? क्या हम ये कह सकते हैं कि बट मीन्स ठीक है, ये उसके स्टेजेस है ये सब कुछ, बट क्या हम उतना अवेयर रहते हैं कि उन स्टेजेस के बारे में, और वी जस्ट हम लोग उसमें लीन हो जाते हैं ना महादेव? तो
ओके, सो द क्वेश्चन इज, जब लीन हो जाते तो किसको फर्क पड़ता है मैं कहाँ पे हूँ, राइट? यही है. Yet,
नहीं मीन्स मुझे ये पूछना था महादेव कि वो लीन होना भी मीन्स इतने ही स्टेज पे तुम लीन हो, ये भी होता है क्या? मीन्स
see, why all these definitions have been given, that you should not get stuck at certain point thinking that you have
यस
achieved it.
यस
समझ में आया? इसीलिए उसको लेयर बाय लेयर कट किया गया है. The one who has merged, there is no lining there to even describe what has happened.
यस
But until you have reached, कुछ लोग क्या करते हैं ना, कहते हैं ना, मैं ना अब बैठता हूं तो मुझे ना बहुत सारे रंग दिखाई देने लगते हैं और मैं एक टनल में जा रही हूँ मतलब कितने साल से जा रहे हैं ना, पिछले 15 साल से. अरे आगे निकलो, कौन से टनल में चल रहे हो? 15 साल से टनल ही दिख रहे तुमको. So until you know what is next, you won't even go beyond that. उस वजह से इन सारे चीजों की व्याख्या की गई है, for the guidance of people. At least what happens is, let's say I experienced it for a moment, I came back and I thought like I have achieved it, but there it is an indication that this is just an indication you have reached at the door of it. Now you dive deeper than that. What you will experience, all these things, when you experience, you will also know that, okay, so I have reached this place. Next, you jumped into that space. Now you know that which level you have entered. Then finally, when you jump into that, there is no leveling there. पड़ी हुई है क्या देखने के लिए? तो सोचो कितने दया है उनकी,
सच में,
जो खुद उसके अंदर जाने के बाद भी आपके लिए रास्ते बना दिए. That's their benevolence, that's their grace, you should say.
yes
right?
yes.
Okay.
तो मुझे ये सवाल था महादेव कि हर बार जो समाधि का जो ये जैसे लेवल बोल रहे हैं, तो जब जब हमें ध्यान लगता है तब तो मे बी वी आर इन डिफरेंट स्टेजेस. सम डे कुछ आज कुछ इसमें, कल कुछ इसमें से. तो इज इट पॉसिबल कि समाधि में एकदम गहरा उतरने के बाद थोड़ी देर के बाद महादेव अचानक से कोई मंत्र आता है और वी रियलाइज दैट वी आर स्टार्टेड डूइंग जाप ऑफ दैट मंत्र अचानक से, कि जो हम लोग डेली करते भी नहीं है.
तो आएगा ही आएगा.
पॉसिबल?
It is possible. If you remember, that's what I said, that when your sadhana deepens, your mantra will appear. हमने क्या कहा? हम वो लोग नहीं है जो बैठ के कान में फूंक के बोल दे तू मंत्र ये पढ़. You will be given such sadhanas. When you do the sadhana, your mantra will choose you and your mantra will appear for you.
बट महादेव, क्या ऐसा होना जरूरी है कि वो मंत्र एक नॉन मंत्र है? इट्स नॉट न्यू.
हो सकता है. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? However, you have to understand how a mantra takes birth. जैसे विश्वामित्र की आप कहानी देखोगे तो वो मंत्र का जन्म कैसे हुआ, वो पूरी कहानी है उसमें. So how the Gayatri mantra came into existence. So this is how it happens. You are doing your sadhana and suddenly something appears in front of you, just like a rolling rite of going on of mantra. The first thing that you won't understand, वो roll होके चला जाएगा. Then at times it will stop on some day and it will start flashing kind of thing, it will happen.
Yes.
Yet you will not be able to read it.
Yes.
Then something will happen that somebody will appear and speak that mantra in your ears.
Yes.
And then what will happen is both will happen simultaneously. The mantra is flashing in front of you clearly and you are able to hear the mantra itself. And
Yes.
the third thing, you are chanting along with it.
Yes, Mahadev.
So who gave you that mantra?
And Mahadev, directly जो वो मंत्र जिस गॉड का है वो भी दिखना स्टार्ट हो जाता है.
Absolutely it will. वो ही तो बोलेगा आपको.
Yes, Mahadev. Yes.
So जो कहते हैं ना कि भगवान है कि नहीं है, उन लोगों को ये सब एक्सपीरियंस होने से बाद वो बोल सकेंगे भगवान है कि नहीं है. It's absolutely there.
तो क्या करना चाहिए हमें इस वो मंत्र के साथ अभी महादेव?
देखो, जब आपको मन में याद रह जाए, whenever you are able to see, it will guide you in the right way. You know, like there was an example that we spoke of, like the mantra was, she went to the other room, she wrote the mantra and came back, and in the morning she realized that the mantra is there. So in that case, it is very much prudent and proven that the mantra has been given to you, now you have to chant that.
हाँ
बिकॉज इट कैन नॉट बी ए थॉट. थॉट होता तो भूल जाते, ड्रीम होता तो you would have lost it.
नो नो
But how come clearly you know the mantra now? That means it was given to you for you. So now you do that. So ये सारे प्रक्रियाएं हैं
बट
जी.
उसका उसका कुछ मीन्स हमें पता नहीं है कि कितना जाप करना है, कब करना है, ये कैसे, वो
डोंट वरी.
गाइडेंस तो
आपको ये नहीं लगता कि जिसने मंत्र दिया है वो भी बताएगा आपको?
बताएगा जरूर महादेव.
देखो ये
या फिर
संडे
उसको एक
कैसे
मानसिक जाप भी बना सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल बन जाएगा. आपको करने की जरूरत नहीं, अपने आप बन जाता है.
हाँ.
देखो एक रूल है मंत्र का, कैसे भी संडे इसके ऊपर विस्तार से बात करूंगा मैं. एक मंत्र को सिद्ध करने के लिए, especially if it is a accumulation of बीज मंत्र or if it is a बीज मंत्र syllable, जितने अक्षर हैं उतने लाख जाप होने चाहिए.
ओके ओके.
तब जाके वो मंत्र सिद्ध होता है. दैट्स हाउ दैट इज कैलकुलेटेड कि कितने लाख जाप होने चाहिए. कुछ 1.25 लाख जाप में हो जाता है, कोई 1.5 लाख जाप में होता है, कोई 40 लाख जाप में होता है. हाउ डू दे कंसिडर दैट? Based on the alphabetical quality, alphabetical weightage, they give that these mantra will be for this much. आप संडे आओ, when I define all those things, it's so mind blowing. कि ये युग में कौन सा मंत्र को कितना करना पड़ता है. Why? सतयुग में करे तो क्या करना चाहिए था. आप शूद्र हो तो क्या करोगे, ब्राह्मण हो तो क्या करोगे, आप ब्राह्मण हो तो क्यों क्यों ब्राह्मण को ऊपर रखा गया, वो मंत्र का क्या विधि है, उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए, जो उसके नीचे वो उनके लिए कितना कितना जाप करना पड़ेगा. एवरीथिंग इज देयर. यू विल बी अमेज्ड. बोल रहा हूँ ना, व्हेन यू लिसन टू ऑल दोस थिंग्स, इतने सारे क्लैरिटी आ जाएंगे आपको. यू कैन एक्चुअली टेल टू पीपल कि मंत्र जब पूछते हैं ना इतना लाख क्यों करना है, तो बता सकते हो कि इतना लाख क्यों करना है. एंड दैट्स वेयर एवरीथिंग कम्स इनटू प्ले. तो होगा, संडे के लिए वेट कर लो, आ जाएगा सब.
यस श्योर महादेव, श्योर.
ओके
श्योर महादेव.
चलो, थैंक यू अदिति जी.
थैंक यू सो मच महादेव.
रेवती जी, फाइनली.
I don't have a question, but I want to share something.
Go ahead.
We came back from the marriage, and like you always told, you've shared your experience of how the gods have eaten food on their own, and so मेरे घर में ऐसा नहीं, खाना नहीं खाया, लेकिन I got my daughter-in-law and my son came back home, and I also came back after them actually. But वो पूरे रास्ते में ना, from my drawing room to the bedroom where my gods are, one rat had eaten raw rice. I put my Annapurna Devi on rice, and I keep. So that rat had eaten the rice and it had scattered it right from the main door to the god's room. मतलब खाया नहीं वो, it had eaten a lot of rice, but it had actually spread that rice across till the main door.
So what a great welcome.
So I was just thinking that अगर मानो तो भगवान है, नहीं तो पत्थर भी
ना
है,
मानो तो चूहा,
ना मानो तो कुछ भी नहीं है, ना मानो तो चूहा ही है. But why did the rat come and lay that rice across the whole thing?
And especially when he has chosen rice, there could have been anything else in the home.
Yeah.
कपड़े काट के बिछा सकता था.
Yes, raw rice, which was there in my Annapurna. So I found so many meanings to it. I found one very big meaning that I said to myself that मेरा घर हमेशा अनाज से भरा रहेगा. That was the first thing that it came to my mind. And the second was, I felt what a great welcome to my daughter-in-law. You know, that it's Ganpati ka roop has actually welcomed, and we were not there. मैं होती थी तो मैं ही आरती उतारती थी, लेकिन इसको तो भगवान ने ही वेलकम किया है.
और आप लोग तो वैसे भी मुंबई वाले हो.
So when I was telling somebody this, and they said, you want to find meaning in everything? I said, yes, I want to find meaning in everything, and I'm finding meaning in all this. So I feel so blessed to feel those, that to get that meaning. You
can only say one thing, Revati ji. You find what you seek. I am seeking divinity, so I see it, and you are seeking problems. You get that.
Absolutely. तो मुझे तो लगा कि गणेश जी आके मेरी बहू को वेलकम करके लेके आए हैं. why would it come from the main door to the rooms? I mean, really, if you actually look at it, it could have eaten the whole thing. No, why should it leave? Why will it leave like that, one line like that in front of everybody?
It's
तो
amazing.
ये तो मैं ही ऐसा देख सकती हूँ, मैं ही ऐसा सोच सकती हूँ. So I
हाँ, इसीलिए कहते हैं ना रेवती जी, यशोदा ही कृष्ण के मुंह में पूरा ब्रह्मांड देख पाई, बाकी लोगों को कुछ नहीं दिखाई दिया.
no, but
कृष्ण को किसी को कृष्ण चोर दिखाई दिया, किसी को कृष्ण क्या करते हैं, जितने तरीके के लीलाएं किए उससे दिखाई दिया, लेकिन उसके माँ को उसके अंदर ब्रह्मांड दिखाई दिया. सो व्हाट यू सीक इट्स योर आईज.
But really, no, there's some meaning to it. I feel there's a lot of meaning.
I say it is not meaning, it's a blessing, I can say.
Yeah, really. I feel so happy that this happened. And we look, somebody else was then said, a rat is inside your house. Imagine. You have to throw it out. I said, वो गया भी होगा, पता नहीं है कि नहीं अभी. वो शायद विंडो ही
पूजा गणेश की करते हैं, चूहों को भगाते हैं. क्या मस्त है हमारी पूजा.
And कुछ नहीं किया दूसरा कुछ. It's not that it's eaten anything. It's not destroyed anything. It's not nothing. वो बस इधर
Thank God. You should tell your friends, thank God कि चूहा आया. गणपति खुद आ गए होते तो हाथी घूम रहा होता घर में मैं जब आई.
But you know that चूहा has actually kitchen में कितना सामान पड़ा रहता है, वो सब छोड़ के it has come to my temple and it has dropped the rice and then taken some rice and they've gone and spread it everywhere.
Sure, if you ask us, we would say it's a blessing, nothing else.
It is. I feel so blessed. And ये सब मैं blessing ऐसे सोचने लगी हूँ because you have taken me on this path. So I really always remain so grateful to you for
Thank you.
taking me on this path.
And surely we actually had a gala time at that space where you took us.
Thank you so much.
And yes, if nobody has known, we have seen one Dulha in my lifetime, I can say. One Dulha in my lifetime. If he would have gone for Guinness record, he would have recorded his name, because we have never seen such a dancing Dulha ever in my life also.
And the most excited groom.
The most excited groom ever.
Yeah, I think it is more excited than the
कब नहीं नाचा मैं देख रहा था. No, you have to think like when it is not dancing.
कभी भी कुछ भी म्यूजिक शुरू हो जाए वो डांस ही करता था उसको.
That's amazing.
And in Saturday we had a cocktail party for our business people and all that. उधर भी ऐसे ही जहाँ
No, we
म्यूजिक
saw that. That's what I say.
जिधर म्यूजिक शुरू हो गया नाचने लगा.
That's good, na?
And now he's I think he had to sleep for 3 full days to recover from everything. Now today he's stepped out.
So let him have some time.
Yeah. My daughter-in-law is starting work tomorrow, so
Okay,
she's starting her office tomorrow. So thank you for being there to bless them. I don't think it's an infinite.
We enjoyed it.
It's an infinite, blessing for me that you all were all there, and thank you so much. So
thank you, Revati ji.
Thank you.
So, thank you all for your time. Come back ready on Sunday morning, or I will see like what is the good time to initiate. Based on that, I will be fixing up the time, and then we can meet, and we will start the sadhana for the Shravan Mas. And this is something you should not miss out now. Okay. So thank you everyone for your time, your questions. It does not matter how good, how silly, or how brilliant, or how big homework you people give me. It's all part of it. कितना अच्छा चीज सीखे ना आज मैथ्स के बारे में. मेरी आत्मा तुमको हमेशा सताएगी. चलो, till we meet on Sunday. Keep your sadhanas back. Bring it back. Like whatever you are doing, if you have left it somewhere, start it back, so that the conduciveness of your preparedness comes to play. So that when we start on Sunday, जब रविवार के दिन से जब initiation हो जाएगा, you are up and ready to start it from Monday itself. Right? So ढेर सारा धन्यवाद आप सभी का. मिलते हैं आपसे. और हाँ, again, the brilliant performances that you people did on Guru Purnima, I am so absolutely thankful to you. हमें लगता है कि अगर किसी को अवार्ड भी देना चाहिए तो मुझे लगता है कि व्हाट डू यू थिंक, आई थिंक लाइक अन्नपूर्णा जी को मिलना चाहिए. तो द वे शी रिएक्टेड एंड शी क्राइड लाइक एवरीबॉडी सॉ लाइक अरे हम भी गया. नहीं, चिदविलास को चॉकलेट देते हैं क्योंकि वो बेबी था. So everyone made a brilliant effort to bring it into life. So thank you, and all the people, the dances, the skit, the program, it's absolutely amazing, and it's all because you people are there. Okay, so see you all. Thank you. Meet you again on Sunday. Till then, aham brahmasmi tattvamasi. Har Hara Mahadev. So Haribhai, if you are around, you can take up.
You don't have access to the laptop now. So
Okay.
you need to close. You are admin now. So
So
you
I
need
am the
to.
admin now, so I'm ending this session now. So thank you so much.
Thank you.